Hello, everybody. I always love the... Hello, everybody. Welcome to our channel. My name is Sam.
My name is Ryan.
It's the Sam and Ryan channel.
You know the drill.
You probably could have guessed the name.
Yeah. I'm not... Can I say douche on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a huge douche with these sunglasses inside. Please don't judge me. I'm a diabetic and I'm really prone to staph infections, and those show up in styes. This is my second stye in 6 months. I'm very sad. My eye looks atrocious. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to make you look at it. So you're gonna see me in sunglasses for some of these videos in the next 2 weeks, and you know what? Just vibe with me. I'm this guy. I'm sunglasses Hollywood guy in a hat.
Yeah.
And you
famous
love
guy.
me. I'm famous guy. Don't look at me. I'm just trying to have a meal with my girlfriend.
Oh, there's something in my eye.
Oh, if your eye hurts,
No,
I'm so sorry
there's
for
something.
you.
Yeah,
there's something in my eye too, an infection, Sam. Be more sensitive.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
So it's a Wednesday video.
So
On
it's a Wednesday video.
videos, we do whatever we want. Today, we're doing a tier list.
Yes.
This was recommended to us on the Discord. You should check out that link below, right? Probably.
Yeah,
Great.
down in the description. Today we are going to be doing a tier list of some problematic Broadway characters. How problematic are they really? Let's find out.
I've played 2 of them, so
So,
you know that they're pretty problematic.
let's take a list at the format.
Let's take a list of the format. That's not words.
No.
I mean, they're words, they're just in the wrong order.
Let's take a look at our format for this tier list. So, starting off at the bottom, we have our morally gray area. You know, who's to say?
Are you
Everybody
good?
has
Are you bad?
opinions.
You know what I mean?
You know, who are we
We're all
to say?
oscillating between the two at some point in our lives, so we have some morally gray people here. And then the next up on the list, bad, but not evil. These are people who have done some bad things. You know, we're not rooting for them, but they're not like the worst of the worst. They're not like canceled forever. Oh, did you see that transition?
Oh, into
Canceled
the middle tier.
Is our middle tier.
Canceled.
This is like if you were a real person alive right now and you did what you did and it got on Twitter, you'd be canceled, Henny.
Above that, we have lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be taken to court. You need to be held accountable for your crimes.
And you will pay, literally.
You will pay.
Literally.
Very, very top, we have prison. Send him to prison. Straight to prison.
You're going to prison.
No trial by jury.
Lock her up.
Prison. Prison.
Okay.
Go to prison.
So those are the tiers. This is a tier list, and these are the people that we are discussing in no particular order. Let's start
with JD.
Jason Dean. I played him. He's not a Broadway character, but who cares? Because it's our YouTube channel, so we're doing it the way we want to.
Yes.
JD.
This feels very obvious.
Yeah, he killed people,
he
bro.
He murdered people and then was plotting to blow up an entire school.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you go to prison for that.
Prison.
Yeah.
One would hope.
Well, he died because he killed himself. But if he didn't...
But he did. If
he
he
would
did,
have gone to prison.
Prison.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. I know we all love a bad boy every now and then, but not that bad.
I mean, I don't know. People still love me, but...
Well,
I'm not JD. I guess I should really, just for the paper
let's...
trail, I've never murdered anyone or plotted to blow up anything. Except one time I blew up an anthill. With like a little cherry bomb.
Ryan.
I was like 12. Next, we have Mama Rose from Gypsy. Miss Gypsy Frosley! You know, this is like a stage mom of the highest caliber. They call Gypsy the mother of all musicals, so that would make Mama Rose the mother of all mothers, which is ironic because she's kind of a terrible mother.
Yeah, really bad stage mom.
Yeah.
Like, just really mean, really cruel.
Extraordinarily manipulative, super selfish.
Yeah, but does she break any laws? Does she, like, kill anybody?
Wait, now I'm trying to remember, like, the worst thing she did in the musical.
Should I just Google it really quick?
All I can think about is Patti LuPone's Tony performance and how good it was.
Like, I don't know, to me, she's a really bad character. I mean, she's a great character. But, like, she's
like a bad person.
She's the villain,
but she's not, like, we're not gonna sue her. Yeah, like, probably bad, but not evil.
Yeah, yeah. I don't feel like it's morally gray. Like, I feel like she's bad. The stuff she does is bad. Maybe
I'm not
some
sure
therapy
about this one, but we have to move on. So I'm just let's put her in Bad But Not Evil, and
Great.
we'll let the comment section decide how we did on this.
Sounds good. Next.
The Phantom of the Opera
is here.
in our video.
This one is also very obvious to me. I love Phantom of the Opera. It's in my top 3 favorite musicals of all time, but he should go to prison.
T.
He murdered people, has been manipulating this young girl her entire life.
Right.
It's a little, like...
Kidnaps her, locks her in a dungeon.
She's definitely underage.
T.
And...
Is she? Is that canon?
I mean, isn't she 16? How old is Christine?
Well, then isn't Raoul
Well, but I think Raoul...
gross as well?
Well, but they were children together.
So?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, Lexi,
If we were children together and I was 12 and you were 6, but then
That's
you were
still
16 and I was
yeah.
22, I'm still statutory.
Yeah, how old is Christine in Phantom of the Opera? In the original stage production, it's unspecified, but in the movie, she's 16.
Oh, gross. Why did
So-
they, make that a point? to
Yeah,
make it
that's a little
statutory
weird.
For both of them.
Yeah.
Stop infantilizing young girls.
Well, so Broadway production, it's unclear. Let's say she's 20.
Right, even if you take the statutory rape off the table, we still have murder and kidnapping.
Murders, kidnapping, and then, like, a plot to murder again.
Okay, so prison. I think we can...
Goodbye, Phantom.
Ah!
Princess Anna. You
Yeah.
might be surprised to see her on this list because you might think, oh, she's a Disney princess. Like, what could be wrong with her? Let's just take a visit to the beginning of the movie when her decision causes all of the problems.
Yeah, I would venture to say that Elsa's powers and the discovery of them are the catalyst to the conflicts of the plot, but the conduit to all of those conflicts actually coming to fruition is Anna deciding to marry someone that she literally met that day, who turns out to have malicious intent to overthrow the kingdom.
Yeah.
So you can't really shade her for being naive, but she is kind of stupid. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. It's
Yeah.
not your fault that you were locked in a castle for your whole childhood, but it is your responsibility to your kingdom to, like, not let in the sociopaths and marry them.
Yeah, so I feel like she just lands bottom.
Morally gray.
She's just a little stupid, and that caused a lot of problems.
Stupidity has consequences when you're in power, honey, and you need to deal.
It's only fitting that we're moving right on to Hans.
Another problematic character I've played.
Yeah, so he definitely is a little bit more at fault than Anna is. A lot more at fault. I mean, he is a political opportunist, sees a weakness and a way into this kingdom through Anna. Like, is trying to game the political system, rise to power, but then also tries to kill Elsa and basically tries to kill Anna as well.
Does try to kill Anna. That's
Yeah.
absolutely part of the plan. Now, there is actual, in the real world, legal precedent to lessen someone's sentence based on their competency, which is to say, if I have intent to do something terrible, but I showcase incompetence in carrying out my plot, that is actually taken into account legally, which is why, though I don't think he's prison, because he doesn't actually succeed, nor does he actually kill anyone, so I think he's lawsuit. Like, this is where, like, you know, people of Arendelle versus Hans of the Southern Isles, you know, like, he gets slapped with a fine and off he goes.
Yeah. Which is kind of what happens in the
Right,
movie.
yeah,
He just gets sent back to his brothers.
And we see him, you know, he has to sweep a lot or whatever, right? Isn't he doing that, or no? But isn't there a part where he's, like, you know...
Cleaning?
Right? Isn't he, like, sentenced to labor? I don't remember either, whatever. Someone watch the movie and let us know.
Now, moving right along to Wicked.
Not a role I've played, but a show I've been in. This is The Wizard.
The Wizard. Problematic, for sure. He is a sentimental man who had good intentions, I think, when he landed in Oz, but saw an opportunity to lie and gained power there.
Right, to create an enemy out of, in the lore of Wicked, to create an enemy out of a race of people.
Yes.
And then to villainize them in order to gain political power.
That's not okay.
And the way that I see it, again, like trying to use real world examples, if a politician actually did this,
Yeah.
Like, the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, would be all over this. This, to me, has lawsuit all over it. You can't do that. He didn't kill anybody. He's not, like, we're not, I mean, not directly.
Not directly.
But again, like, these things are actually taken into account in the legal system. So I think he goes to lawsuit.
I agree. Up next, Aaron Burr.
Sir.
Now, Aaron Burr is obviously like the narrator of Hamilton, and in history, he was villainized because he did kill Hamilton at their fateful duel.
He won a duel.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was like allowed back then.
It wasn't like he sought out to murder him necessarily.
No, it was like
it was an accepted duel. Does he really do anything all that evil up to that point? No. He's an opportunist.
Yeah, I mean,
again, like, he's a political opportunist.
Ironically, after the plot of Hamilton is over, and this is actually historically true, Aaron Burr genuinely tried to overthrow America and start his own empire by ceding the land that was later bought by the Louisiana Purchase and, like, basically being the king of Mexico. But we aren't going to have that as part of this.
The Broadway
that's not the Broadway character. So the Broadway character of Aaron Burr, I think, is bad but not evil. He does bad things, but I don't think he has an evil heart. We learn that about him.
Yes, I agree. Bad but not evil. Also, just with that sweet, sweet voice.
Dear Theodosia, I want to say to you. Okay. I love that we have this one.
This next one is good.
Audrey
2.
You know, the anthropomorphized talking murderous plant.
Alien.
From Little Shop of Horrors. Yes, it is an alien. That's right.
I mean, not only murders on her own, but tries to get others to murder on her behalf.
Feed me, Seymour. I mean, I don't know.
That's prison.
That's prison. Send this plant to jail.
I know. I'm like, can you put an alien plant in prison?
Oh, in America, we'd find a way.
We'd find a way. Audrey 2 is going to prison
Put her in prison. Bye, Audrey.
Bye.
2.
Up next, we got Dr. Palmer from Waitress.
Remember him?
Remember the cheating doctor?
Yeah, they like have that like sexy scene on the table.
But it's wrong.
Because they're cheating. Well, they're both cheating.
They're both cheating. I mean, he's married.
Right.
But they're both cheating.
No, they don't get. Are they married?
The doctor. Oh, at that point.
Homegirl,
Jenna?
Waitress, and the scary and the big bad. I never remember. That show is so depressing.
Yeah. He like if you put this in real world.
That's just the whole sentence. Yeah,
like he would be canceled.
Like if this is just like a high-profile doctor cheating on his wife. Like, hello.
That's not morally great. Like that's wrong.
Yeah,
you were cheating on your.
But you're not gonna sue him.
Yeah.
So it's canceled.
It's canceled.
I think he fits there.
I think he's just canceled.
You know what? Boom. We just figured that out so fast.
Easy.
Let's just move on.
Moving on. Right up next, Gaston.
No one fights like Gaston.
No one. Now, Gaston is interesting because I feel like from his perspective, he's obviously the hero of the story. I think he's very unlikable. I think that's the point.
I know.
And when I think about like the bad things that Gaston does, I'm like, he tries to kill the beast, but if you think about it, he doesn't know that the beast is actually a person in some spell. Like, he and all the villagers think,
everybody
oh my god,
it's a beast.
There's this monster living in this castle, like, we need to rescue
Who
Belle.
has abducted a woman, which is true.
Like, they would go after the beast.
And you know what? Like, Gaston's a huge douchebag and misogynist and chauvinistic, but Gastons live among us all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, who among us doesn't know a real-life Gaston who isn't canceled, who isn't sued, who isn't in prison?
Yeah. Like,
so this is
really
tough.
hard.
Like, he's a really bad guy, but he's a completely he's not even a caricature. He's a realistic portrayal of men.
Yeah.
So this is like...
He thinks he's doing the right thing all the time.
As a statement, I think we should put him in Morally Gray and remind everyone that this is not a villain. This is a real, like, brand of people that we all just, like, tolerate and do not hold accountable.
Yeah, Morally Gray. Oof.
Sad. Sad.
Now, this next one we need to be very specific about. On this list, this character is Glinda.
Not Glinda.
Glinda. Act 1.
Uh-huh.
Glinda's a brat.
Totally.
She's spoiled.
Totally.
She's mean.
Totally.
She's just
A bully.
she's a mean girl.
bully.
She's a bully.
Yes.
She turns the entire school against Elphaba because she's different.
Right, that whole thing she pulls with the hat and then she
It's
shows
just
up to the party,
mean.
like she redeems herself afterwards, but only after putting her through an epic embarrassment at the Ozdust Ballroom.
She is mean. She does have a change of heart. But going off of what you said about Gaston, like, Galindas live among us. So, like, I think that she belongs in Morally Grey.
Yeah.
She does end up having a change of heart, which is great, as Glinda. But Galinda is Morally Grey.
T. Henny. We talked about Aaron Burr before. Aaron Burr before. What about his buddy Hamilton, the person he ends up killing?
Hamilton, in my opinion, has no redeeming qualities. Like,
I mean,
other than
less
he's
his
super
intelligence.
smart.
Yeah, and I mean, he's
driven.
He's a loyal friend in the first act.
Yeah, he's not a loyal husband, though.
No,
like,
not a loyal husband. He's a shady, kind of weaselly politician guy.
Yeah, his ambition is, like, something to admire for, like, 10 seconds, but then it gets in his own way. Like, the Reynolds pamphlet,
Right.
Are you dead?
Well, right. So, we've been doing this a lot. Let's say Hamilton, the character, was alive right now and posted the Reynolds pamphlet on Twitter. He'd be canceled immediately. So I think that's where we should put him.
I just think
he'd be canceled.
Yeah, he's canceled.
Yeah. You can't cheat on your wife and then publish it, honey. You can't cheat on your wife, period. But, like, girl.
But publishing it and still hoping
Yeah.
to have a spot, and I mean,
You're canceled. See ya.
Politicians are dirty, but
Never
canceled.
gonna be president now.
Up next from Les Mis, we have
I
Javert.
am mourning you, Javert. Yeah, so let's just break this down. Javert is a cop who develops a personal vendetta against one man and follows him everywhere, trying to book him. Like, shirking all of his other responsibilities and you know, the mandates of his job to focus all of the resources of his legalese on one person.
It's like there's nothing else going on in France, Javert. Like,
Again, it's like if this was right now and this was a real cop, we would the precinct would be under investigation and the individual cop would be in court. This is a lawsuit. You have to do other things. Why are you so obsessed with
this
why
person?
so obsessed with him?
Yeah. Personal vendetta lawsuit.
Bye.
Up next, we have
I'm
the witch
the witch.
from Into the Woods. Bernadette, Meryl, however you know
Others.
her. She's done a lot of bad things,
Yeah,
like
let's see.
lock
Gosh,
Rapunzel
she
in a
assaulted
tower.
someone, cursed
she curses
someone,
people,
blinded someone,
took
parlayed a deal to take someone's daughter and then lock her in a tower forever.
Yeah, was also going to take someone's only child. Like, you know, this.
You go to prison.
You can't do that.
You go to prison
witch.
for those
You
things.
cannot do that.
These are all really bad things, and you've done all of them.
All because she wants to be pretty.
Bye.
Prison.
Have fun in prison.
Lock her up. So now we have Evan Hansen from Dear Evan Hansen. This is tricky.
It is. I mean, I think that the only reason that people like Evan Hansen is because they love Ben Platt and because he's the protagonist of a really popular Broadway musical. But when you take all of that out, when you take all of the circumstances out and just focus on the context of what he did, he is problematic.
And it is tricky because if you're not very familiar with the story, he finds himself... How do we want to say this? It's hard to explain the plot sometimes, but...
A teenager commits suicide. He finds himself in a position where the family of the kid who has just killed himself thinks that there is a relationship there. But rather than come clean about that, Evan Hansen seizes that as an opportunity to try to get with his sister.
Well, and also, like, just have some sort of connection because he's kind of like an outcast. Which, you know, you get plot-wise, but when you really look at it, it's like, that's not an excuse to manipulate this grieving family.
There isn't really an excuse for this behavior. I mean, it's really, that's some dark...
It's a dark show.
There isn't really an excuse for this behavior. Now, when we look at our list, like, it's not like he should go to jail.
No.
He's not, like, evil, but he did really make
And he tries to make up for it in the end, but he made a bad mistake.
a really bad choice.
It's a big lie.
we're putting him in morally gray. There could be an argument that he could be worse, but you know, Evan Hansen is like not this good dude, and like he's problematic. He should be on this list.
He makes a mistake. He sings beautifully, but he makes a big mistake that hurts a lot of people.
He's waving through a window, not through the jail bars, but still, honey, like, girl, what was that?
Oh, don't lie, kids.
Uh-huh.
Well, what do you think of our list?
Yeah, I bet so many people
I bet so many
disagree.
people are so mad.
Some
Some people
right
are
now.
so upset,
Oh my
and
God.
they've already typed their
Yep.
paragraph in the
Oh,
comments.
yeah.
We can't wait to read it and see how wrong we were.
Oh my God, yeah.
We really hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you guys have any ideas for more tier lists or just stuff you want to see from us in general, please leave it in the comments.
Yeah, we're going full ham. Like, Wednesday
Yeah.
videos, they have no meaning anymore.
No meaning.
It's just like whatever we
It's
want to
just
do.
whatever
So
it
if
is.
there's something you want us to do, tell us what to do
Let
and we'll do
us know.
it. Unless we don't want to, in which case we won't.
We won't.
As always,
be sure to like and subscribe,
YouTube,
Dad.
YouTube.
YouTube. And we'll see you later.
Bye. Dad. Oh.